Hi everyone. You know, lots of people will tell us that silence is extremely important. The silence of the mystics, the silence we search for in our meditation, in our path. But to some of us, this kind of silence, or what we might think that kind of silence is, seems an impossible target. Like we want to shut down our mind, our thoughts, our feelings, eventually our sensations. And when we try to do that, we are trying to stop a train in movement in a way. Or we are trying to grab the monkey of the mind and tell it to stay put without any movement. Seems sort of impossible. Usually doesn't work. Now, I think it's good that we make a small inquiry about what kind of silence are we talking about? What is that? What for? Now let's imagine something, or let's bring something to mind. Many times in the best moments of our lives, we stay in awe of something. A beautiful piece of artistry, perhaps a man-made one, or perhaps some masterpiece of nature, like some cloud formation, some play of light, a beautiful tree, a majestic landscape. And then we sort of stop. We are in awe. We are observing. We are appreciating. And then there is some amount of silence. We are just looking. We are just listening. We are just observing. And for that, we become receptive. Now, let's turn this around in a different way. It is said that mystics, lots of the time, they search for silence. We are told that the silence of the mind is extremely important in meditation. But what is there and how we get there? The thing is that it's about listening mostly, I think. Now let's imagine that we pay attention to a music we love. We listen to it. We have perhaps some amount of appreciation, perhaps even awe. And then if we listen to the music again, sometimes our mind starts running before the sounds. We expect some sounds, we expect some sequence. We think we know what comes next, what rhythm, what melody, what play of sounds. And in a way it becomes less interesting. We are no longer so much in the present as we do the first time we listen to a wonderful musical masterpiece. We sort of move around the music that we think we know already. But we can train ourselves to listen to the same music several times, but each time we try to really, really listen as if this were a genuinely innocent moment. The first time those sounds are coming to our ears and to our minds. So we don't try to run knowing what comes next. We listen as if we had no clue about the next sound that will come out of the loudspeakers. Then suddenly, we listen to more of this music. We detect more detail. We enjoy it even more. And this is about listening, not allowing our mind to be running like it does all the time, running towards the future, towards the past. We are there listening. We are receptive. Now, in meditation, we might do something like this. It's about silence, but it's a silence we are listening to. We pay attention to it. This is a creative silence. This is an inner space of light, of fire, eventually. but also a place of peace, and we are just listening. We are paying attention. It's like paying attention to sound or to some beautiful image for the first time. We are just open, receptive, and we are actively open and receptive. So, from this inner silence, something might arise, something that might be precious, soothing, inspiring, perhaps a feeling of a presence of some wondrous being, perhaps our own wondrous being. And as we do that, there is some amount of silence, so we pay attention, so we listen, so we notice something hard to describe that might be there. And then in a way it becomes a lot easier, because there is a task we are giving our mind, our feelings, our being, and this is the task of listening to a creative silence from where a lot can come. This is the idea for now. And as usual, if you like, share this, subscribe the channel, comment, all that, And I'll be back